obviously when you come in on the first day, the first game's a long way off. You know, it's kind of on the horizon, but now it's real. You know, we're here, we're all ready to go, and we've all kind of put in the work, put in the hours, the extras, and we're all ready to go. We know what we've got to do.
Obviously, the first few weeks, everyone's buzzing like to get back in and get on the balls. Then you get to like the third week, and a few people are like not struggling, but like obviously the fitness levels aren't there. You know, you're working towards like where you want to get, but you know it is pre-season is hard. Like if anybody says it's easy, they're lying. So, but no, I think everybody's got the load in their legs now, and everybody's ready. So
playing at St Mary's is adds an extra little buzz to it for us, and almost like another little incentive to kind of start off the season really well. Obviously at the stadium with hopefully a good crowd there and some people watching. So it gives everyone that little bit kind of more of a push to really go out there and show everyone what we can do.
It's always nice to go away and play with these players, and most of them are internationals. There's lots to learn from. I took a lot away, even playing in a different position, but you know I still learnt from the players around me, and yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Kind of when you're with the first team and you've been with them for a period of time, they play at a slightly quicker level and a slightly different kind of level up to the 23s. So when you come back down, it's part of kind of your job, you and whoever else is back there, to try and get everyone else up to the next level and to get everyone through that, to give us all the best chance of getting that promotion this season.
I didn't hear it.
Manolo Gabbiadini came from Italy.
Manolo Gabbiadini. Manolo Gabbiadini. I don't know. Again.
Manolo Gabbiadini came from Italy.
Lamborghini.
No. Charlie Austin likes horse racing. Charlie Austin likes horse racing.
Charlie Austin likes horse riding. Is that what he said?
Close. Charlie Austin likes horse racing.
Like Charlie Austin likes horse riding. Rowing?
Yeah, close.
Horse rowing? Horse riding?
Yeah. Racing.
Running?
Racing.
Can't hear you. Stephen Davis. Stephen Davis is an MBE.
Open your mouth.
Stephen Davis
is
an MBE.
Is a midfielder.
Sofiane Boufal wears cool hats.
Sofiane Boufal
wears cool hats. Wears cool hats.
Wears
cool hats.
Cool
hats.
Hair. Hair.
Hats.
Eyes.
Hats. Hats.
Sofiane Boufal wears cool
hats. 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 Hats.
Hats.
Yeah.
Sofiane Boufal wears cool hats.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
very good evening from St Mary's Stadium. The first Premier League Division 2 fixture of the season for both of these sides, Southampton and Reading. And it should be a good evening in store as well here, with a number of games coming up in a short space of time really for the Under-23s. All starts here at Southampton's home ground. Well, Saints name a strong looking lineup, a few senior players in there, McCarthy in goal for one, Matt Targett left back as well, with Højbjerg in the centre of midfield. It's a very solid looking defence, as you can see, with Slattery playing as that attacking midfielder in front of Højbjerg and Little, with Barnes and Johnson out wide. And Afolabi, who impressed last season, scored a couple of big goals, starts as that lone man up front for Southampton this evening. Well, Reading also name a fairly strong side as well. They've got some good players coming from their academy. George Legg starts in goal for them, a back four of Teddy Howe, Mexford Smith, Axel Andersson and Gabriel Osho, Ryan East and Abby Shokabundi in the middle. Attacking midfielders of Tyler Frost, Jordan Holsgrove and Josh Barrett, who's one of the more experienced players, 3 league appearances for them last season, and Danny Loader, big things expected of him, the 17-year-old, starting up front. The captains just going over towards the referee, Alfie Jones there as well as Gabriel Osho, the Reading skipper. And we've got live coverage of this match here on the Southampton TV channel, Facebook and YouTube this evening here from St Mary's Stadium. I'm Ian Wilding. Jake Hesketh, I'm delighted to say, joins me in the commentary box today. Good to have you here, Jake, and it should be a good evening as well, shouldn't it, this evening? Because I imagine the players will be chomping at the bit to get out there tonight.
Yeah, I think it's the first game of the season. Everyone's looking forward to it, so it'll be nice to get a good start after a tough pre-season. As you've mentioned, we've got a strong team out, so I think we'll be expecting to win. Absolutely, some good players out there this evening. Looks like Reading are going to get us underway. As far as you're concerned, obviously you've been frustrated with injuries recently. What's the situation as far as that's concerned for you now? Yeah, so I was obviously had a setback last season, about this October time. Was out for a bit, come back for a little bit, and then had a reoccurrence basically. So I'm back on the mend now. I'd say I'm back outside running, so I'm sort of looking at about 4 to 5 weeks before I get back to training. And then obviously take it from there, so hopefully be back playing matches October time, which will be nice. Absolutely, yeah. Good news to be on the mend soon. So Reading get us underway then in this Under-23 fixture, the first match of the season. And here is Gabriel Andersson, the Icelandic, who plays it back. And it's already played across to Osho for Reading. In possession now, kicks it out left. Tries to feed it out towards his left-hand side. Reading coming forward now in numbers. And interesting to see how Saints are going to approach this early on. Played left from Ryan East. Just happy to keep possession at the moment, Reading. And it's nicely played across out towards the right. If Teddy Howe not going to get there instead, and it goes out for a goal kick. So Reading, big club. Southampton also in there in this Division 2 this season, but the likes of Newcastle, Aston Villa and Fulham among the other clubs in this league. It's going to be tough, isn't it? Some big clubs in there this season. Yeah, definitely. It'll be some tough games. It'll be sort of a different test to the likes of your Man United, your Chelsea's, but obviously it's a different part of the game that we've got to work on, so hopefully we'll be up for the challenge, 'cause we should be hoping to get promoted realistically from this division. Yeah, 2 sides demoted from the top league last season, Reading and Southampton. They've played across to the left-hand side. Johnson does well to keep that ball in play, across towards Afolabi, but Reading deal with it. And Osho clears. Here's Targett. Played back from Slattery. Jones. Can't quite find a Southampton shirt though. Here's Tyler Frost. Loader. He scored 4 goals in the summer against QPR, Danny Loader. He's put in some fantastic eye-catching displays recently, and he plays it across now to Holsgrove. Back to East. Holsgrove again. And Frost wins the corner. First corner of the match here.
Played there from target with the final touch, but Reading have men forward here. Corner swung in. Well clear, there's Slattery, good play from him just to keep possession. Wins a free kick, did well there, didn't he, Slattery?
Yeah, I don't think the Reading players are happy, but obviously since he's under pressure, he's won the free kick well.
Free kick to Saints here. Senior side drawing 0-0 against Swansea at the weekend, but had so many chances, could certainly have won that match as Højbjerg plays it out to the left and Target returns the favour. It's good to have those senior players out there as well, just to encourage the youngsters.
Yeah, I think it definitely benefits the younger players playing with obviously more experienced players. I know obviously Matty, Pierre are both relatively young in that sense, but they've got a lot of experience and that can only help the players they're playing with.
Absolutely, and goes out for a throw now. So Reading going for those three at the back here this evening. And here's Slattery out to Bakary, who plays it back. Now it's Alfie Jones. Finds Højbjerg, he's got Target to his left. Jones back to Cook. Bakary plays it forward. Barnes trying to play the cross, wins a throw. Next match for Southampton is away at Wolves next week against AFC Telford. That's next Monday. But here at St Mary's Stadium, it's Højbjerg on the ball. Now Barnes does well, takes his man on. Nearly found Afolabi in there. Played back again. Bakary with a shot, but now it's played back from Barnes. Højbjerg. Little plays it back, but that's the half opportunity there, wasn't it, for Saints?
Yeah, it's a good strike from Rich down there. Obviously they've got good blocking, but we're starting to get a little bit of foothold in this game and keep the ball a bit more.
Saints coming forward, aimed up towards Afolabi. Anderson kicks it off him and wins a throw for Reading. Reading have certainly got a good academy. They got to the Premier League Cup final last season, losing to Norwich, or losing to Swansea I should say, and beat Norwich in the semi-finals. Now it's headed on again up towards Afolabi. He's not going to get there. Doing well though, Saints, just pushing Reading back now for the time being.
Yeah, I think Reading had a little spell in the first minute or so where they won the corner, but since then we've really got on top of them, and obviously now we've managed to pin them in a little bit down in that corner.
Played across, the flag's up. Yeah, it's just eased the pressure, hasn't it, really? Free kick to Reading. How about yourself then, Jake? You experienced last season, a couple of games, senior side, one in Europe, one against Crystal Palace as well. It must have been a fantastic experience for you in the League Cup.
Yeah, it was obviously two very contrasting experiences, I'd say, but obviously something to learn from both games. Obviously the Palace game in the Cup was really special for me, obviously getting my first goal for the club, and it gave me a lot of confidence. Obviously, as we touched on earlier, being injured a bit sort of put a halt to things a little bit and whatnot, but obviously it's nice to get that experience, and hopefully I'll get back fit and try and impress the new manager.
Say, I bet you were buzzing for days when you were after that first goal against Crystal Palace.
Yeah, I can't say I really slept much that night, to be fair, but yeah, it was a really good game.
Yeah, one of those nights, I suppose, for you which had it all, really. As Reading play it back. As it's played across to the left-hand side, but they're not going to quite get out. It's McCarthy is the one who lets that go. But the experienced goalkeeper McCarthy, who joined on a 3-year deal 2 years ago from Crystal Palace. Against his former club as well, spent 8 years at Reading. 0-0 then. Yet to have a first real opportunity on goal. There's that half chance wasn't there from Crystal Palace, from Southampton inside the box there. I was going to say the former Palace keeper kicks it long. This is headed on up towards Afolabi. Out wide. Play from Barnes. Cook. Saints starting to win a bit more possession now as Jones out to target. Johnson. Good 1-2. His target again. Good run this from Target. If he can find Johnson, he can't. And it's kicked out of play there from Teddy Howe, the 18-year-old. Throw to Southampton. Target again, back to Højbjerg. Ball's a bit too deep there. Kind of see what he's trying to do. Went over Barnes' head, goal kick. Thoughts on the start then so far, Jake?
Yeah, I think obviously we're growing into the game now and starting to dominate possession. I think if we keep the ball moving around and just keep, obviously get Reading's defence about, they're a bit organised at the moment, that's always difficult to break down. So if we keep the ball moving and get them moving around, I think chances will create, and we've got the ability in that team there to take them.
Well, Southampton went to Tranmere Rovers on the first day of last season and won 4-1 at Liverpool against Liverpool. As it's chipped out to the right, now's not going to get there. I think you scored then, didn't you, Jake, as well? That was a terrific afternoon, that was.
Yeah, I remember that game. I think that goal of the season, you know.
It was a cracker. What a way to start the campaign that was.
Yeah, I think that's one of the disappointing points of last season. Obviously, the first two games we beat Liverpool and Man United, and we were all hoping for good things, but obviously it wasn't meant to be in the end. Combination of injuries and players pushing on to the first team didn't help us.
Yeah, it's a shame in the end, as they started off very well. And now Reading have possession with Ryan East. Not a bad crowd opposite, free entry for all this evening. A few people taking advantage of that. Chance to see some football as well after a few months out. Shot can be played at a cross, but gives it away is Johnson for Southampton. Johnson was also heavily involved with the senior team in the summer. Came on, played against Brentford. So now it's a throw which is going to be taken from Target here. Højbjerg returns the favour. Here is Ollie Cook. Richard Bakary, the French-born defender, who was once part of the Chelsea youth team, plays it across to Alfie Jones. Target comes off Howe's foot. Frost. Play that from Loader. Beats Cook to it. Three Reading players wait for it. Here's Barrett. Chipped in, dangerous ball. And it had to get there, Bakary, at just the right time at the far post, and he did very well, didn't he, under real pressure.
Yeah, it was good defending there to keep that out at the back post. Well worked from Reading, but obviously Rich has got himself in a great position there to head it away from danger.
Great play there, involving Loader and Barrett, two of the more experienced players in the Reading side. It was whipped across. And Chukwembi was not too far away there for Reading at the far post, and Bakary had to get that touch. If he hadn't, Reading would have been 1-0 up. Reading going to try again now with this corner though. Aimed high. McCarthy, is he fouled? Yes, says the referee. And Southampton with a free kick. Next home game for Southampton is Blackburn on the 25th of August, so not long till they play that one. That's at Staplewood Training Ground. Not a bad corner in the end, but the referee saw the foul inside the box, which was given there. Good opportunity for Olamola as well in the weekend. Scored twice as Yeovil beat Accrington Stanley 3-2 on Saturday. Impressed last season in the under-23s, but did terrifically there. But good ball now for Saints, out towards the left. Chance now for Barnes, who swings it in. Nearly found Afolabi. And Reading win it back. Good couple of goals as well. They're on the Southampton website. There's Olamola goals. Great for him though, isn't it? Getting those 2 goals like he did.
Yeah, it's really positive. Obviously, that's what the players going on alone are looking to do, is make an impact where they go, and obviously he's done that so far. So obviously everyone's buzzing for him.
Yeah, first home league competitive match there for Olamola, and he scored twice. But no goal scored here so far tonight. Early days. That was possibly Saints' best opportunity there on the left, wasn't it, from Barnes? Nearly found his man.
Yeah, it was a great first touch to get himself away from the defender, and unfortunately the man's just got there, otherwise Jonathan's probably got a tap in at the back post.
So Jake Hesketh with me for live TV coverage this evening as Saints try and play it forward. Afolabi couldn't quite get there, but Reading do. Bakary gets a header. Here's Shokenby. Can't keep it in play. Throw to Saints. Good play from Højbjerg. Found the space. A good play from Johnson. Finds Højbjerg again, just spreading it around. Really nice now for Southampton. Barnes, deep ball into the box, nearly found Højbjerg. Good idea. Best move of the game really from Southampton. All started from Højbjerg and nearly finished with him as well. Just couldn't quite find that final touch. But promising signs there from Southampton, and great trickery there in the first place from Barnes. Killed it in. Just an inch too far. Another great move though, Jake, there.
Yeah, we're really starting to create a few chances now, and Barnsley's been in the middle of quite a few of them down that right side, and he's off again.
Here he goes again, ball into the box. Oh, it's a great goal! Tyreek Johnson has put Southampton away, the first goal of the Under-23 season, and it was a good goal, and it was coming, to be fair. Tyreek Johnson getting on the score sheet. It's Southampton 1, Reading 0.
Yeah, just as we were talking about Barnsley's putting another brilliant cross, and Ty's there to tap it in.
Out from the right hand side, curled in. Tyreek Johnson with the final touch. And Bakary was the one who played it down the line there in the first place there from Barnes. And it came literally 30 seconds after the best move of the game for Southampton, but left-footed, terrific for the goalkeeper. No chance there, did he?
No, not at all. The goalie's tried to spread himself, but Ty's made great contact. There's no real chance there.
So that's brought the match into life there. And to be fair, you say it was Reading first 2 or 3 minutes who looked the more dangerous, but Reading have been stopped from Saints, haven't they, really? And Saints have started to take the game to Reading.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think, obviously, probably Reading had one chance at the back post. Apart from that, it's been all Saints this early stages. And this is sort of time we need to really put our foot down and get a couple goals and take the game away from them.
So, goal from Tyreek Johnson. A man who actually began at Watford and spent a couple of years at Swindon before moving on to Southampton. Impressed last season. He said that Gareth Bale has been a bit of an inspiration to him in the past as well. They'll be relieved to get that first goal of the season here so early on. There's Jones. Great play from Afolabi out left. Slattery. Good ball, target. Clear to Slattery again. Done things simply and well so far. To Little, back to Jones. Cook. Bakary. It was a trio move, wasn't it, really? It was Bakary, Barnes, and then Johnson with a finish. It was those three, really. Kind of created it all, didn't they?
Yeah, I think that's something we work on quite a lot in training, is getting the ball to the fullbacks and turning the wide players in early doors. Obviously, we've got a lot of pace up front, and it's, as we were speaking about earlier, moving the opposition around, it will stretch them, and then that will create space for our midfield three to really dominate the game. And obviously it's turned into a goal early. in the early stages, which is always good.
Yeah, absolutely paid off. And Osho wins a free kick there for Reading. For Larby there, the man with a push. Osho across. East plays it left. All down well there from Loader. Takes on his man. He's got Holsgrove just to the left, but plays it back instead. Wasted ball in the end to McCarthy. I can imagine Jaidi there on the edge of his technical area be more positives than negatives so far from what he's seen from his side.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've done pretty much everything that he would have asked for us, so it's obviously a positive start and it just needs to continue really.
Gavin Davis, the goalkeeping coach, just behind him, and certainly satisfied with that opening goal there for Southampton 5 minutes ago, but they may even extend it here. There's an opportunity here, free kick, which looks like Target could take, or Slattery, one of the two. Afolabi and Cook wait for it. Live TV coverage here from St Mary's, this Under-23s clash. It's Target with a free kick. Oh, and it could have gone all the way in there. Keeper got a touch, had to there. And George Legg has not got too many touches so far, was kept busy there. Corner kick.
Can't really ask too much more from Matty there. He's done everything that needs to be. All it needs is a little touch and someone's got themselves a tap in.
Yeah, keeper had to stay focused there. Really dangerous ball in the end, as you say, no one got a touch. George Legg was alert. He has been in the first team for Reading on 2 occasions. Hoiberg's in the penalty area. Punch clear, well played again from Legg. Johnson with a shot, nearly went all the way in. Back to Slattery. Slattery with a decent ball. And the header just wide. Marcus Barnes really putting himself about. And he nearly got one there, but Tariq Johnson, had that defender not got that header there for Reading, that would, you look like it was heading to the top right hand corner there for Saints. Another decent ball whipped in again from Slattery, and Marcus Barnes with a header, who joined 3 years ago from Wolves. Marcus Barnes, he's tall, he's got an excellent finish on him. He had a bad injury, didn't he, last season, but it looks like he's fully recovered from that now.
Yeah, he struggled for maybe a couple of years now with a few knee problems, but he seems to be sharp now, and I think pre-season's helped him quite a lot.
Yep, as we approach the halfway mark of the first half, the only goal so far being scored from Tariq Johnson. It was a good goal as well, and Target throws it in for Saints. Jones. Imagine Alfie Jones fancies himself to try and break into the team this season. There's kind of 4 senior defenders there, aren't there, in front of him, but if he carries on as he is, he's got a real opportunity.
Yeah, he's been playing really well for a couple of seasons now, and he's obviously been in and around it quite a bit, so obviously that's the next step for him, is to try and get into a matchday squad, and I think he's got the ability. He's just, obviously you have to be a bit more patient as a centre back, because we've seen from obviously Jack at the back end of last year, he's obviously took him a few years, a couple of loan moves, and now he's obviously playing every week and playing really well for us. So
yeah, absolutely. Hopefully he will get his chance soon. Here is Jones now for Southampton. Captain plays it across to Hoiberg. And he found his man. These two actually played each other in the Checker Trade Trophy last season. Now is an opportunity for Afolabi for Southampton. Falls down, played across. appeal, but nothing given. And there's Tyreek Johnson, who's the man who's everywhere so far this evening. And now Bakari's going to take the throw. Barnes returns a favour for a goal kick. Yeah, I was going to say they played each other in the Checkatrade Trophy last season. Reading won on penalties. The two academy sides played each other. Playing again this season, though, it's a great opportunity, isn't it, for the youngsters to play in these Checkatrade Trophy matches?
Yeah, I think definitely. Obviously, he was a bit unsure going into last season. It was the first time at trial, but it turned out to be really good. And I think we were unlucky, to be honest, against obviously Reading going out on pens. I think had we got through that, I think we'd have stood a good chance of going quite away. If you look at, obviously, the team next was Yeovil, and obviously fella's gone there this season unknown, and is obviously scoring 2 goals and one of their better players. So that sort of shows that we could have been a good fight against them. And then obviously, further you go, you never know what can happen.
Absolutely, and a chance to get to Wembley as well. And then the interest really does generate. And Cook plays it forward for Southampton. Now is Højbjerg. The Danish international made his Denmark debut in 2014. Here he is again. Certainly playing as a box-to-box midfielder this evening. Johnson with a whip ball in. Oh, and then a touch from Barnes. It's a brilliant save there from Leg. 2 players racing in. And somehow that stayed out. But what a brilliant ball in the first place.
Yeah, it's a fantastic cross. I think that's what Ty's capable of. I mean, he's got the ball out of his feet and he's put an absolutely sensational ball into the back stick, and I'm not really sure how it's not gone in, to be honest.
Here he goes again, Johnson. This time on his right foot. And it's in, it's headed in! And Jonathan Afolabi, who got his first goal last season against Arsenal with a cracker, has got a header this time round. And it was Johnson with a right-footed curling cross. Jonathan Afolabi with a header. And Southampton are really enjoying themselves out there tonight. Southampton 2, Reading 0. And Terry Johnson looks like he could play all night, doesn't he, the way he's playing?
Yeah, he's got that right back going everywhere, so I think a couple of great crosses, one with his left, one with his right, and obviously the second one's resulting in a goal.
So the match kind of sprung to life after about 12 minutes really, when Saints put a really good move together. Then they scored, and now they've scored again, doubled their advantage. And Afolabi enjoyed that one. And Southampton on a mission here tonight. They lead Reading 2-0. They've kind of restricted Reading to very little last 15 minutes, haven't they, really? They've had a couple of corners, Reading.
Yeah, I think we've done really well. We've made Reading look a bit average, to be fair, and I think that's what we've been aiming to do, really keep them pressed in and dominate the ball, which has obviously benefited us. We've restricted Reading sort of attacking players to very little. Obviously, if you do that, you've got a good chance of keeping a clean sheet.
And 2-0 Saints lead, extending their advantage. Tyreek Johnson, who got the first goal, has set up the second. Challenge on Osho there from Afolabi, who throws it back. And Leg gets enough on that. Little gets there first before Howe could. Throws to Reading. So Saints did finish 12th last season with 21 points, but Jay, it just goes to show only 5 points behind Manchester United in 6, so just a couple more wins and been in the top half. Nothing in it at all, was there, really? Yeah,
and obviously we went to Old Trafford and drew 3-0, having been 2-0 up at one point in the game, so if that result goes the other way, obviously it's barely anything between the two teams. It's small margins, unfortunately. We got a bit unlucky with a few results towards the end of the season.
Yeah, it was in the end. And it's outs from target. Down the right for Reading now. Tyler Frost as well, one back there from Højbjerg. He's got Barnes just in front of him. Højbjerg could shoot here, he does. Oh, it wasn't too far off in the end. Worth a go from there. He's having a great game so far, and the way Saints are playing, why not have a go from there, really?
Yeah, he's doing really well, showing his experience and he's sort of running the game in there, which is obviously what would be expected of him coming and playing in the 23s game, and applied himself really well.
Jay Keskiff with me for commentary this evening. Southampton against Reading. Just seems to be though now when Reading get the ball, Saints have got 2 or 3 players around them.
Yeah, I think as looking at how we're set up at the moment, we're really restricting them from playing out, which is what they want to do. And the second the ball goes long like that, we're winning the 50-50 and getting in around the second balls. It's like that.
Yep. This time Reading win a free kick there, foul on Shockenbeat. Shockenbeat, who signed a contract in the summer, professional one, and Højbjerg there wasn't. It's even closer there on the replay. That really would have probably put the game to bed, or would have made it very difficult then for Reading to come back into it. As it is, it's still slightly fragile at 2-0, but Saints are really taking the game to Reading here. Great play from Barnes. And he nearly got the cross in. Challenge came in at just the right time. Anderson has made a couple of those good challenges so far inside the box, but he had to time that well, and he did then. Had a spell on loan at Bath last season in the Conference South, Anderson. Corner kick which Matt Targett is going to take for Southampton. It's already set up a real opportunity from a free kick earlier on. He's going to try from a corner now. Cook stands in there, so too does Jones. Corner swung in, oh the keeper missed it there by the looks of it, and now it goes out for another corner kick. Caused problems again, didn't it, that corner?
Yeah, it's really good delivery from Matty, and keeper's flapping it a little bit, and we're unlucky not to get another goal.
He's going to try again. Reading got slightly lucky there, but Target to take. Curled in. Keeper punches it away there, gets enough on it there that time, leg. And Johnson, who playing full of confidence there, but just miskicked that, to say the least.
Probably not the best decision he's made tonight.
No. Tommy goes out for a throw instead. Got slightly lucky actually to win that throw, didn't he, from that cross?
Yeah, I think he sliced the shot and then the defender sliced the clearance.
Target to take. Ball takes a deflection. Foul against Afolabi. It's Osho who falls down. Another player, Osho, who's trying to recover from a few injuries he picked up last season. And they're coming forward again here. Ball on the edge of the box. It's forward towards Loader. And Bakri's there again with a good challenge for Saints. Here's Ryan East. Osho out to Howe. Howe's got options. Gives it away in the end. Little clears for Saints. Osho again. Hassling from Barnes, but Reading with it back. Frost plays it across. Anderson. Here's Barrett. Good football. Barrett out left again. Good challenge from Højbjerg. Just a bit too far in the end for Johnson. It's not going to get there. Howe throws it back. Ryan East, who made Just 14 appearances for Reading last season, plays it back again. Barrett goes deep. Barrett to Osho. Starting to keep possession now though, Reading, looking for the openings. East, great football there, terrific ball from Barrett. If Reading can keep it in, they can. It's back again to Barrett. Terrific ball in the first place. Out to the left towards Mexford Smith, but starting to create or keep possession on the last few minutes or so, Reading now.
Yeah, they've just started to grow into the game. I think we've eased off a little bit, which is understandable, I think, but I think that's something Raddy will get onto the team at half time, just keep the tempo up and they won't be able to live with us.
He goes across the target for Southampton. Played forward, good ball. Here's Afolabi, finds Hoiberg. Out wide, another opportunity. And Barnes pulling the trigger. Visioned the top left-hand corner there. Envisaged that, but it goes over the crossbar from Marcus Barnes. There's great movement again, isn't it, from Saints? Moving the ball around quickly, yeah.
That was a really good move there, I think. Could have got in a couple of times. Barnes is just unlucky with his shot.
So Saints 2-0 up, but there's been 5 or 6 opportunities really for them in this match. Reading have had 2 or 3 corners. They've had their best spell of possession, Reading, last few minutes or so. And now it goes back to Anderson for Reading. Now to Osho. Pellegrino in the stands tonight, watching on. He'll certainly be pleased with what he's seen so far. Gives him food for thought. And now it's back again to Osho for Reading. Not that long now to go before half time. Challenge comes in from Hoiberg. Faust is the referee. Reading host Blackburn on Friday in a behind closed doors match at Hogwood. That's a 1 PM kickoff. As we were saying earlier, Saints' next match at Wolves next Monday night at AFC Telford. But here's Barrett, who plays it back again. Live TV coverage here of this Under-23s clash. Good play from East. Finds space. Comes off the heel there of Frost. Chipped up towards Loader if he can bring it under control. I think the ball was just too far for him in the end. Goal kick. It's the right idea, wasn't it? 2 through balls, but just couldn't quite get past that last man in the end.
No, I think we stayed solid there. We've got a bit of bounce of luck there, but that's what we're restricting them to, which is good defending.
So I'm saying, these matches here at St Mary's Stadium, it's great for the players, isn't it, these matches? 2 or 3 a season for the youngsters, but it's good to get that experience, isn't it, playing at the home ground?
Yeah, definitely. It's obviously a bit different from playing at the training ground. Obviously it's where you sort of aspire to be, so obviously everyone sort of looks forward to them a little bit more, I think, which is always nice.
Now it's thrown in down the right. How about yourself? Are you a good watcher, or obviously you'd rather be out down there? Must get frustrating for you, I suppose, now.
Yeah, I obviously enjoy watching football, but when it's a game you realistically could be playing, and it is a bit frustrating. So it's not. Obviously, I'd rather be out there, but I don't mind watching it.
Just a reminder for people just tuning in now, you say another month to go, you think, before you're back training again?
Yeah, hopefully training middle of September, is sort of my aim at the moment, so we'll see how that goes. Nothing's set in stone, it's just keep working hard every day and hopefully be back as soon as possible.
Jay Keskoff with me in the commentary box this evening here for Southampton against Reading, with 7 left to play before half time. Wouldn't have thought we'd have too many minutes of stoppage time either. And now here's Osho for Reading. Back to Leg. Played across towards Osho, but too far. Good hassling from Johnson. Good hassling from Saints there, off the ball. Target to take the throw. Southampton have it with Højbjerg. Live coverage of every home match in the Premier League 2 this season, Division 2. The first here tonight, the first match of the season. Goals from Johnson and Afolabi separating these two sides. And they'll play most Monday evening, Southampton, with the season ending at home to Middlesbrough on April the 23rd. Quite a long way to go until then, but it's going to be Howe who takes the throw now for Reading, the 18-year-old. Target. Slattery back to Højbjerg. Nice skills. Slattery out to Johnson. Johnson ball in. And it was nearly in there from Barnes, who's had 2 or 3 bites of the cherry now. It went just wide of the post. He's going to get there soon, isn't he? Surely, Marcus Barnes, with all these chances being created for him.
Yeah, I would have thought we'll get one, maybe 2 tonight. It's another brilliant ball from Ty. He's done really well out there.
And now it's Jones back to Cook. Over Slattery's head. Backby's got to trap that now, and he does after moving forwards into that central midfield position. From Medford-Smith out left. Wasted in the end. And Southampton win a throw. Which shall certainly be in no rush to take this evening, with 4 left to play before half time. The under-18s suffered defeat at home to Leicester in the opening match on Saturday. Oliver Gardner getting on the score sheet for Southampton, but it finished 2-1 to Leicester. But you've seen a number of players making a step up from the under-18s, haven't you, last season or so, especially with players like yourself and others being moved up to the senior team as well.
Yeah, I think obviously that's what the club's about, really. Everyone keeps talking about. So obviously we got a few tonight who made the step up last year and a couple on the bench, so obviously hopefully we'll see a few more push on as the season goes on and different players end up different parts. So it's obviously first game of the season, the end of the last game of the season, the team's always so much different.
Yeah, very different kind of feel to it as it's chested down. Very different feel to the side that started, I suppose, last season as well. And now Reading can have maybe one last chance, possibly maybe a couple more before half time. They come forward. Ball in from Hillsgrove, just ends up going out of play. What do you think the message will be at half time there from the manager?
Just keep the tempo up, I think. Keep doing what we're doing, keep moving the ball around. Obviously the game will get stretched as Reading start looking for a way back into it, so we'll open up for some more opportunities for us if we carry on passing it and moving them about. We should get a couple more, I think.
And there should be some more opportunities there for Marcus Barnes. We saw with that opportunity there, which went just wide. That's one of 2 or 3 opportunities for him. But Reading in possession. Free kick. Here's Ryan East for Reading. Osho gives it away. Tariq Johnson wins it back for Southampton. Here's Amani Little, who's done all the simple things right so far tonight. Good opportunity for him as well, isn't it? Amani Little there in the middle.
Yeah, done really well tonight. I think he's done exactly what you'd ask of a player playing in his position, so I think you can be pleased with how he's played the first half.
Yep, spreading it around. Already giving the ball away so far tonight. Here's Target for Southampton. Hoiberg, Johnson. One back from Howe. Challenge there, foul against Johnson. Referee's going to have a word with him. Referee tonight, by the way, Savasiani. Hopefully it's just a warning there for Tariq Johnson. He was late though, wasn't he, going in there?
Yeah, it looks like he's getting his yellow card out. It's a bit unlucky. Honest, Reading's defender reaction was a bit unnecessary, I think. He's just gone for the ball and just got there a split second late.
So first yellow card of the match, and it's gone to the goal scorer, the first goal, Johnson. Not been too many fouls really on the whole in this match tonight. And watch it again, across to Target there. It was good one-touch football in the first place, but just a bit of frustration there from Johnson. I think he knew he wasn't going to get the ball. In the meantime, Reading have a free kick. It's a deep ball in there from Barrett. Could go anywhere. Cleared from Target. Now Saints are going to try and get Reading on the breakaway. Barnes is up there if he can find him. He can. Barnes is one-on-one. He could score here. There's great goalkeeping, to be fair, there from George Legg, who came all the way outside his penalty area and had to time that spot on, didn't he? If he timed it wrongly, he could have been in trouble there.
Yeah, keeper's done really well. Come out there and win that ball. Maybe the pass could have... It was a little touch over hit from Barnsley, otherwise I think he was clean through one-on-one.
Yeah, could well have been an opportunity. We're into stoppage time. 1 minute. Slattery with the ball. Out of play. Whether we're going to get another opportunity, I'm not quite sure. Imagine both sides will want to get in now and regroup. Reading will certainly have a few things to say at half time, won't they, really? Yeah,
definitely. They need to really come out fast in the second half if there's any way for them to get back into it, because at the moment we're dominating really. I can't see the result changing too much.
So, and certainly the goalkeeper in no rush to take this goal kick either, George Legg for Reading, who was on loan at Hungerford last season. Target with a header. Osho for Reading. Flicked on. An opportunity all of a sudden for Barrett. He could get one here before half time. Really well timed challenge from Bakary. And eventually the chance goes and Cook's fouled. And again, Bakary, that's 3 or 4 times he's done that, isn't it? Last ditch challenges for Southampton tonight.
Yeah, he's done really well to get back in there. Possibly a little bit greedy from the Reading attacker there. I think ended up 3v1 at one point, so I think that's an opportunity you really should look to score from.
The referee now having a word with Danny Lodu, who's been kept quiet so far tonight for that challenge, and now he goes into the book. So waited for 40 odd minutes for a yellow card. We've had 2 now in the space of 2 minutes. And it was for that tug there on Ollie Cook. And I think that's probably going to be the last action of the half once this free kick is taken from Alex McCarthy. We had a minute indicated, but that foul has just added on a few more seconds. Referee blows his whistle and decides enough is enough, which is pretty good news for Southampton. They've had a very good first half, waited for a first 15 minutes for a goal before Tariq Johnson gave Southampton a 1-0 lead inside the 6-yard box, and it was a great finish, to be fair. A great sort of trio of footballers being involved there. It was out to Barnes down the right from Bakary, who's also had a good game. Barnes has had a few opportunities himself, put the ball in. It's a fantastic left-footed finish there from Tariq Johnson to put Southampton away. And then the second goal was scored from Afolabi and it was Tyreek Johnson who was involved again. Just a couple of minutes after a great ball in with his left foot, Johnson. This time he curled it in with his right, and Afolabi made no mistake with a header to find the back of the net to make it 2-0 to Southampton and complete a thoroughly professional performance of Southampton at half-time. And Jake, just your sort of half-time thoughts overall?
Personally, I think we've dominated the game and we deserve to be 2-0 up. We've done exactly what's been required. We've pressed Reading well, and we've kept the ball well. So I think overall, obviously Raddy should be really happy with how we played.
Yep, so far so good then for Southampton. Jake Hesketh with me for more live coverage in the second half, the next 45 minutes. But at half-time here at St Mary's Stadium, it's so good. So far so good for Saints. It's Southampton 2, Reading 0. Welcome back to St Mary's Stadium, where at half-time it's 2-0 to Saints. A goal in the second half, in the first half from Tariq Johnson with a great finish with the left foot. Great ball in from the right-hand side from Barnes. And then that lead was extended around 20 minutes later. Once again, that was a great goal though originally. Tariq Johnson got in the right place at the right time. It came just a couple of minutes actually after he'd actually created a good opportunity himself. And this time for the second goal, he did make an assist, Tariq Johnson, and it was headed into the back of the net. Make no mistake from Afolabi, who's got his season up and running, and Saints lead here against Reading by 2-0. So that's the situation here at St Mary's Stadium. It's the first half which Southampton have been the better side. They've controlled the match, they've looked comfortable at 2-0 up, and we'll see what Reading have to offer in the second half as a response. Jake Hesketh with me, I'm pleased to say, in the commentary box, and I suppose, Jake, the message would have been pretty much the same again, isn't it, as you were saying in the first half? Just keep this tempo going.
Yeah, would have thought so. I mean, see, there'll always be a couple of little details to work on, but on the whole, I think we played really well. So if we carry that on, I think we should cruise to a quite comfortable victory.
Well, Saints have a strong-looking lineup, a few senior players in their side, with Alex McCarthy in goal, a back four of Richard Bakary, Ollie Cook, Alfie Jones and Matt Targett. Amani Little in the middle with Højbjerg, Marcus Barnes, Callum Slattery and Tariq Johnson, the attacking midfielders, and Jonathan Afolabi, the goal scorer of Saints' second goal up front. Reading also play with a kind of a three at the back with George Legg in goal, Medford Smith, Axel Anderson and Osho at the back, with Teddy Howe out wide with Tyler Frost, Ryan Easton and Shockenby in the middle, with Jordan Holsgrove and Josh Barrett out wide just behind Danny Loader. So that's your Reading team, and we'll see what Reading can produce here in the second half, as it's played back to George Legg in the Reading goal. Bakary forward, Little out to Targett. Away there from George Legg. Target to take the throw. In with the right foot. Nearly found Afolabi, but Reading deal with it well. Foul there on Jordan Holsgrove, the Scottish winger. Marnie Little, the man to have fouled him, says the ref. The subs for Southampton tonight: Will Wood, Jack Rose, who only arrived today, the goalkeeper, the former West Brom keeper, starts on the bench, as do Ben Rowthorne, Will Smallbone and Harlem Hale. Those are the options there on the substitutes bench, and Jack Rose arriving at the club, big signing for Saints. Hopefully he'll do well. Signed a one-year contract. Certainly a mix, isn't there, Jake, of defensive and attacking options there on the substitutes bench.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's normally the...
Given away though in a clumsy position. Southampton could capitalise here. Afolabi's got Johnson to his left. I would have slipped up at the wrong time. Throw.
Yeah, as we were saying, I think we've got a few good options on the bench. Obviously, we've got Harlem and Will are probably the more attacking of the two, but obviously with how the game's going, I don't think that Raddy will be thinking about that anytime soon.
Well, Afolabi was the man who did well to get the ball across to the left despite falling over, and then Johnson did the same. Looking for that first chance of the second half, but this will absolutely suit Saints down to the ground so far. Target with a throw. Højbjerg's the man who's fouled. Southampton won a free kick. right in front of the referee. Slattery with a free kick then for Southampton. Flicked on from Højbjerg, who had a good shot in the first half, which sent wide of the post, but this time it goes over the crossbar. What do you make of that competition in the middle, Jake, in the senior team? You've got Lamina there, haven't you? Højbjerg, Davis, Romeo. It's good competition there.
Yeah, I mean, we've got plenty of options in there. Obviously everyone brings something different, so it'll be interesting to see, obviously over the season, who the manager uses.
That's well won back there from Marcus Barnes. Oh, foul against Johnson. It was late to blow, but it did eventually. Free kick to Reading. Live coverage here, YouTube and Facebook. Official Southampton FC TV coverage this evening. Both goals coming in the first half. Jake Hesketh with me for live commentary this evening, and now it's Matt Targett who tried to put Slattery away. Here's Howe. Good through ball. They would try to put it inside towards the 6-yard box, comes off Jones' foot. Reading have a corner. Reading's first corner of the second half. Danny Loader yet to have a real sort of sight on goal so far. Saints will hope that keeps up. Reading to take the corner kick. Curled in. Good play from Cook to get the touch, and then Target cleared for Southampton. Johnson. Oh. Amani Little, who captained the under-18s. Decent ball. Afolabi. Here's Bakary. Oh, and it's a great goal. Really terrific. And in the end, the perseverance has paid off there for Barnes with a final touch. 2 or 3 really good opportunities in the first half, and he's put himself in the right place again. Southampton 2, Reading 0.
Sort of summed up the game that has played, used the wide areas really well. Great delivery from the end.
Yeah.
Barnes to get the last touch there. I can't remember.
So 3-0 to Saints, and Saints have extended their lead here at St Mary's Stadium. And there's a ball in there from Richard Bakary. Bakary, who has put in some decent deliveries himself. There's a Reading touch in there as well.
Yeah,
it like it
definitely
was
something.
OG there.
Barnsley running off didn't seem too sure of himself.
No, he'll definitely claim it, that's for sure. The Southampton lead 3-0.
I think that's exactly what we needed to get that early goal in this half and sort of kill the game off. Now, just keep ourselves solid, but that should be the game as good as dead from there.
Yeah, that should kill it really, shouldn't it? Played back. Barnes is there again with a challenge. Osho was in there as well. This time it's going to be a throw, which is Mexford Smith who's going to take it for Reading. Short ball. Barrett plays it across. Johnson's fouled. Southampton with a free kick now. So we were saying Southampton involved in the Checker Trade Trophy this season as well, drawn against Northampton, Peterborough and Cambridge. All gets underway very soon, and now it's going to be chipped out there from McCarthy. But here in this Premier League 2 fixture, 2 goals in the first half and 1 in the second. It's extended Southampton's lead. Howe plays it in field. Here's Osher. Again, Saints will be happy with this, Jake, won't they, at the moment? Just forcing Reading back still. Just playing it short at the moment.
Yeah, I think we're starting to look really comfortable, and obviously the further the ball is away from our goal, the better. And if we can keep them up there, obviously win the ball high up, got less distance to get towards their goal.
So here's the goal again then. Bakary from the right-hand side. Barnes was in there, got a touch. Definitely came off the Reading man, I think, by the looks of
I
these.
don't want to take it off him, but it doesn't, I'm not convinced.
Yeah. So you can see again.
I'm not sure.
Definitely got a touch though as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Looks to me like he got a touch and it came off the head as well.
Yeah, it's one for someone else to decide. Let's leave that one.
That's his Saints on the ball now, back towards Cook. Jones out to target. And Reading yet to create a chance really since Southampton went 3-0 up here. There's Anderson. Medford Smith. Josh Barrett tries to play it forward up towards Frost.
Great.
Good ball from target. Johnson tried to swing it in. Cleared. Højbjerg could have a chance to shoot here. Opportunity went in the end. McCarthy up towards halfway. Good run this from Barrett. Did well there. First shot on target the second half from Reading. McCarthy sorted the situation well there.
Yeah, it could be first shot on target for the whole game. I'm not sure I can remember another one, but yeah, it's comfortable for out there.
Yeah, I've not had too many. In the meantime, it's a good run there from Little, but couldn't quite find Barnes. It's one back from Højbjerg in the middle there for Southampton. Playing some great football now, Saints. Here's Barnes. Roberto Jones. Oh, really good football. Johnson, oh, terrific target. Can he find his man? Challenge from Frost. Saints really starting to play some good football out there now.
Yeah, we're looking really bright, especially down that left-hand side. Obviously, Matty and Ty are linking up really well, so I think we'll get a bit more joy out of them before the end of the game.
Højbjerg out wide to Barnes. Slattery. Foul there on Little. It's suppose that's the thing, isn't it? 2-0, it's a bit more delicate, but it's 3-0, you really can start to play with that freedom.
Yeah, and I think we've seen that since the goal. I think last passage of play, we're really passing it about with relative ease and quite comfortable on the ball.
Bakary in field. Jones, good ball. There's Johnson again.
Oh,
There's
another
Afolabi
great
again.
ball.
And there's another. It's 4-0. A brace for Afolabi. Another assist for Tyreek Johnson. Saints are running riot. Two close range chances there for Afolabi, isn't it? And he's got both of them.
Yeah, obviously he's been there to take the chance, which is a striker's job at the end of the day. He's been in the right place at the right time. It's obviously really important to have in your number 9. Obviously, chances have been created from that left-hand side, like I was just saying, through Ty. So I think his delivery tonight's been exceptional, to be fair to him.
Yeah, what a terrific ball that is. That's a striker's dream, isn't it? A ball like that.
Yeah, he's just put it on the plate for him. Can't really miss from there.
And credit to Saints, because they could have just tried to hold on for this 2-0 lead here, but they've really taken the game to Reading again in the second half, and Reading about to make a substitution here. And a great ball in. And there's one back there. Very well. So Tom Holmes come on for Reading. And now it's Højbjerg. Chip forward, edge of the box, chance. Block there from Frost's shot. Anderson for Reading. Holmes, a substitute, plays it back. Chipped out wide, if Teddy Howe is not going to get there. I suppose when you go through the summer, first game of the season, it's difficult to know, isn't it, what kind of Saints team are going to be playing out there, but they've kind of proven to everyone what they're capable of doing tonight.
That was a bit late, but yeah, obviously mentioned a few senior players, but obviously it's the 2 younger lads, Ty and John, who've probably been the 2 best performers today. I think obviously John's taken us 2 goals really well. Ty's created more than just the assists he's got, so obviously it's been positive for them. It's been overall a really good team performance. We made Reading look very average at times, which is never a bad thing.
No, and Ryan East has become the second Reading player to go into the book tonight. Yellow card for him for that late challenge there on that target, so East goes into the book. Saints are 4-0 up. Everything has gone right for Southampton tonight. Everything has worked for them. Chance after chance has been created. They've taken 4 of them. And a very mild night here at St Mary's Stadium. Bedford Smith plays it forward for Reading. Bakary wins a free kick for Saints. As far as the senior team is concerned, West Ham to come here on Saturday. Another match at St Mary's Stadium. Third match in 8 days at St Mary's, if you include this one this evening. Big week for Saints. Target clears. The Reading senior team just lost out in the playoff final last season to Huddersfield. Through ball now there towards Loader. Not going to get there. Good play from McCarthy. Back to Barnes. Good one touch there from East into Holsgrove. Cleared from Cook before Loader could get in there.
To be fair to Reading, they've started to play some better stuff for the last 5 minutes. I mean, obviously it's too late now, but looking better than that for the previous hour.
Absolutely, and they've got Holmes in the middle there. He's come on. And he's kind of controlling things in the middle there, and it's out left towards Medford Smith. It's Holmes again. Now the space is going to open up as Saints come forward here with Højbjerg. That's a good thing to be won there for Southampton. It's a free kick. As you're saying, good spell of pressure there from Reading. That just eases it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. It's clever play from Pierre. He knew what he was doing. Got us back up the pitch where we want to be.
Now it's played across again from Lissel. 2 goals in each half then for Southampton. It's been a very impressive evening for Jaidi's team. There's Jones again. Afolabi out left. Johnson again. He was due one of those, wasn't he, Johnson?
I was going to say it's the first bad one he's hit all night, which is not bad.
He's having the match of his life out there, isn't he? I don't think you can say
Yeah, I mean,
he didn't do much more than what he's done tonight.
It's probably the best I've seen him play. Like, he's always had that in his locker, but I think he's added consistency, which is obviously massive. So he played really well.
It's going to help him as well, isn't it? Because a lot of the time last season he came off the bench more of an impact player, whereas now he's got a chance to really prove himself, isn't he?
Yeah, of course. And if he keeps playing like that, it will cement his place in the team, which obviously always helps the player knowing they're going to be playing week in, week out.
Yeah, scored a goal in every 5 games when he was playing for the under-18s, Johnson. He's got one tonight. He's set up a couple as well. There's Bakary. I was going to say he's going to get the man of the match champagne, but I suppose not allowed to serve champagne to all the players, I suppose, are they really?
No, I don't think we're handing them out at this level.
It's out to Bakary, who's going to take the throw. There's Medford Smith. So past the halfway mark then in the second half. Both sides will be quite content, I think, for the referee to blow his whistle. But Reading definitely know it's lost, don't they?
Sort of got that feel to it now. It's not really too much impact or tempo from either teams. Both pretty much settled with the result now.
Yeah, both content to just spread around the field, which is what they're doing now, but Little could be in trouble here. Fortunately, I was going to say, fell back to Cook with a late challenge there. Referee now going to have a word with Amani Little. Not often Saints have given that ball away in that part of the pitch, have they? But
no, I'm not sure who played it to him, but he's been sort of stitched up a little bit there.
So 2 Reading players have gone into the book. Amani Little just having a word there with Savaziani, the referee, who's quick to produce the yellow card. In the meantime, Reading have got a free kick in, which is going to be taken from Axel Andersson. I have no complaint there as Ryan East was running in for Reading. Saints every man back apart from Barnes. Killed in from East. Could have been the keepers, but saw to it first. Oh, he was onside. Flag stayed down.
He's connected with that well, to be fair, but I think it's the wrong decision. I think if there was a couple of players, you see it back now, waiting for the pullback.
Yeah, left-footed volley there in the end from Axel Andersson. Difficult angle though, wasn't it, to volley that downwards?
Yeah, he's always struggling, especially with his left foot to get around that.
Yeah, you wouldn't normally want to centre back in that position. Over it went. Now then, Tariq Johnson. Could get even better here for Saints. Little. Laid back. Oh, Afolabi just couldn't bring that ball down. Oh, now Reading giving it away. Now Barnes forces a save. Saints could have a real opportunity here, but he almost had too much time on that, didn't he, really, Slattery?
Yeah, I don't think anyone in the box really gave him a good option there. I think he was waiting for someone to make the movement. In the end, he just had to play it.
Yeah, George Legg forced him out wide. Yeah, there's 3 of them in there, isn't there?
Really
but no
gambled.
one. No one made it into the 6-yard box. So Saints are going to have a corner instead. Still a chance here to make it 5. The Eastleigh-born Matt Targett to take this corner kick. Played their vast majority of pre-season matches. Curled in. Another dangerous ball. Goal kick. And there again, Barnes. That causes real problems though, wasn't it? Right in the goalkeeper's eye line there.
Yeah, it's a good position he's taken up there, especially the area Matty's hitting from the corner.
Reading survived that time, but still trail by 4-0 here in this Under-23s match. So you're saying Saints finished 12th last season, finished 6th the season before that though. Now looking to bounce back to the top of the PL2 for the first time of asking this season. We're in Division 2 this season. Good play there from Johnson to win that free kick, just to tick the clock down a little more. Certainly Teddy Howe can have no complaints. A blatant push in the back. And now here's Richard Backery. Jones to Ollie Cook. Hoiberg's everywhere though, isn't he? He's always there for a pass. Doesn't matter where on the field it is.
Yeah, he's covered a lot of ground tonight and got on the ball a lot. Provided a bit of a calming influence calming influence, I'd say.
He's done well tonight. Bakary. All played well, haven't they, really, Jake, individually? All good performances out there this evening for Southampton.
Yeah, I don't think there's been a bad performance out there at all. Obviously, there's a few players that we've mentioned who stood out, but everyone's obviously played well, and when you've got 11 players playing well, it's always got a much better chance of winning.
Jake Esker with me for commentary here at St Mary's Stadium. It's Reading looking to get on the attack here with Loader.
He's done well there.
Did well.
He's been
Past the back line.
very isolated, I think, tonight. No one's ever really got up enough to support him. Barnsley's in if he plays him.
Yeah, Barnes there was an option there for Slattery, but he goes left instead. Still might have a chance here. Barnes. Target. Didn't quite get it in that time. Ryan East. Space on the left as well for Reading here. Found it eventually. Holsgrove. East. Plays it across. Well blocked there from Little.
Yeah, I think the only thing left to play for now is a clean sheet, which obviously the back five, obviously keeper and the four defenders really pride themselves, and that'll mean something to them. As far as the results gone, I think it's pretty much over. But it's nice to see us still defending solidly to keep that intact.
And you've got Ollie Cook at the back there with Alfie Jones. They've certainly played with each other a number of years. They've got a good understanding, haven't they, those two?
Yeah, obviously they've grown up together, being the same age, and obviously Ollie came when he was under 18, I think it was. So they've played together for 3 or 4 years now. So that always helps when you're playing with the same players.
Now through ball up towards Afolabi, and a 60-yard ball forward. Anderson with the challenge. Possible substitution to come for Southampton there.
Just got a little bit of a knock there. I'm not sure what he's done.
So Saints about to make a substitution once the next goes out of play. Good play there from Teddy Howe to clear.
Harlem Hale, I think, is going to come on now.
Now then Afolabi plays it back, Slattery with a shot. Yeah, the left winger about to come on for Saints. Good opportunity for him, isn't it, as well tonight?
Yeah, I think that'll see Barnsley move into more of a central role. Maybe he can get himself another, which I think his performance has deserved.
Harlem Hale, who was part of the Chelsea youth side, is a left winger, 17 years of age. About to be brought into the action with 12 minutes left to play once this ball goes out of play next time. Here's Cook. Foul on Richard Bakary. So it is Afolabi who picked up that knock, who's coming off, and he's going to get a big round of applause from the home faithful. And rightly so, he's been tremendous, hasn't he, tonight, getting 2 goals as well.
Yeah, he's played really well. He's got in the right positions. He's obviously finished his chances. He's held the ball up well. He's done everything you'd ask for number 9.
So off he comes. He can come off the pitch very happy. This seems like a long time ago now. This one made it 2-0 to Saints. And this was the second. And And that one, terrific finish, but he's got a lot to thank Tyreek Johnson for as well tonight, setting both of those goals up. Great understanding between the two. And he could certainly enjoy his evening now after his contribution tonight at Afolabi. But 11 left for Reading to try and get a goal back, or Saints to even extend their lead further. Well, there is an opportunity now though for Reading. Here's East after McCarthy miskicked, and he was nearly punished for it there.
I think that's a couple of times the Reading players have got themselves in good positions, and they've probably been a little bit greedy. I think he had too many either side, probably better options.
Yeah, McCarthy, again a rare mistake by him there out there tonight, but East was the man with the opportunity. And again, he had a player to the left, Tyler Frost, crying out for it. Maybe that was a better option in hindsight, but easy to say from here.
Yeah, that's true.
And now Reading are about to make a substitution as well. Tyler Frost is about to come off for them. Ben House is the man who's going to come on for him. So kind of a like-for-like substitution. Less than 10 left to play. Certainly a lot of competitions you're involved in, Jake, aren't you? You've got this, the Premier League Cup as well, the Checker Trade. A lot of competitive football really for these players.
Yeah, there's obviously a lot. Like obviously 3-4 seasons ago when the 21s as it was first being formed, I think that was one of the issues as such, was there wasn't enough games for players to play competitively throughout the season. Obviously the addition of the Cup and now involvement in Checker Trades really helped that. So I think it's good for a player because that's what you look forward to, and that's where you really test yourself on a match day, and at the end of the day that's where you're judged, so that's where you want to perform when it matters.
Yeah, absolutely. Reading are actually in the Premier League International Cup as well, where they're playing Arsenal, Bayern and Porto, so that would be a great experience for them. And yeah, absolutely, when you go on these big runs in the Premier League Cup and the Checker Trade Trophy, you've got 22 matches in this league. You're talking, old McCarthy does well in the end. You're talking nearly 40 games, aren't you, really? If you can play all of them.
Well, yeah, that's the aim, is to get as far as you can in both cup competitions, which allows you to play the most games. I think that's something we'll be looking at doing. Obviously, looking at our group for the Checker Trade, I think obviously there'll be tough tests. There'll be a couple of difficult games. Obviously, Peterborough, Cambridge will probably be the two tougher games. But I think if we get through both of them, obviously I think the other one's Northampton. I think that's an not easy, but a group we should back ourselves to come out of. And then obviously once the cup competition gets through to knockout stages, anything can happen.
Certainly can, and Southampton have proved tonight just what they're capable of. Could well go on a cup run this season, but it's Reading in possession. Bakary gets a touch to it. Comes back to McCarthy. Spent 8 years at the Royals, did Alex McCarthy. Played for Aldershot and Ipswich as well. Saints just looking to see the game out here. In a way, in a funny way, there's less space going forward now for Saints because Reading aren't pushing forward as much as they were, because the game is pretty much done, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Reading have sort of accepted defeat and have almost tried to stop anything worse happening as such, and as a result the game sort of died a little bit. There's nothing really happening.
A touch of cramp there for Osho, so there's going to be stoppage here at St Mary's Stadium. Quick water break for a few of them. Pellegrino still there, watching his side, and the first real chance for him to watch the under-23s in competitive action. Certainly give them something to think about going into Saturday, won't it, against West Ham?
Yeah, I think that's all you can do as a young player coming out in these games. Obviously, you know the first team manager's going to be watching. That's what the club's about. So you just got to obviously get into his thoughts and prove to him that you're almost too good for this level and you want to be pushing on and being in and around his squad.
So another substitution about to be made for Southampton, and it's Bakary, the man who's coming off, and on has come Ben Rowthorne. But again, we're talking about players like Johnson having possibly the best game he's ever played in a Saints shirt, but Richard Bakary could possibly be saying the same thing, couldn't he, tonight?
Yeah, he's played really well tonight. He's obviously put in good crosses, he's defended really well. I think he can be pleased with himself. So he's tired out a bit as the game's gone on, but it's the first game of the season, sort of what you come to expect.
So on comes Rowthorne.
Obviously Jan's got a little injury, so that right back spot sort of there for Rich to take. If he's sort of puts the work in and plays well, he's got a good opportunity.
And certainly great competition there for that full-back position. And Cook plays it to Rowthorne for his first touch, to coming on as sub. Cook to Jones. Little. Jones tried to put Johnson away. Get the throw instead. Came off the foot there of Wallinson. Couldn't quite put Hale away. Holsgrove plays it back in space. Holmes a substitute in field. Ryan East, who had that opportunity a few minutes ago but put it wide, plays it out to Teddy Howe. Here's Howe again. George Legg. To be fair to George Legg in goal there for Reading, and pretty much all of the goals, there's not a lot he could have done about any of them, really.
No, finally, I think he's actually had a reasonable game with everything he's done. I don't think he could have done anything about any of the goals. Maybe the header, I think he could have stayed on his line rather than commit himself, but apart from that, there's nothing he could have done.
No.
It's just obviously quite frustrating. I imagine it's a frustrating thing for a keeper when 4 goals go past you, because everyone will sort of look at you, but I don't think there's that much you can do.
Yeah, he's done all he can, hasn't he, really? Had a number of shots at him. But now Reading in possession with Jordan Holsgrove. Here's Holmes again. Chip forward. Flags up. House is offside. Not long to go now, plus a number of substitutions, so you'd think the standard 3 or 4 minutes of stoppage time to come. Martin Cool is the interim, was once the interim boss at Reading, the senior side. He's now the manager of the Under-23s. Played for Birmingham, Wickham and Aldershot. Plenty to ponder for him after this match. Now it's back again. Holsgrove. That's a loader. Wasted ball from Holmes. That kind of sums up really Reading. They've been trying to do the right things at times, but just broken down.
Yeah, I think they've just lacked the quality to really penetrate us and get through our back line, which obviously credit to our defenders. They've obviously defended well when necessary, but I don't think Reading have provided a massive threat.
And the match has quietened down quite considerably, hasn't it, since that fourth goal? I think Saints had another couple of opportunities, but Reading on possession now. He's going to let that go. Good defending there for Target. Lets it go out for a goal kick. But yeah, since then it's just quietened down. Saints just no need for them to be too advanced, is there really? Last 10-15 minutes or so.
No, we've managed the game really well since the fourth goal and seen it out, and I think that's obviously a positive which Raddy will be pleased with. Something that obviously as young players, that's what you sort of learn, like different aspects of the game, and managing and seeing games through is obviously quite a big part of that.
So last 30 seconds of this one, up to Slattery on the left. About to find out any second from the fourth official how many minutes of stoppage time we're going to have. Three minutes. Slightly less than I thought, but I suppose if it was 1-0, it might have been more, but
Yeah, maybe.
3 minutes is given. Here's Cook. Rothorn. Hale gives it away. Reading have a chance here. Shot takes a wicked deflection. It was played across there, originally from House. Could have been a late consolation there for Reading. Wallinson with the shots, both substitutes there linking up. Cornerly swung in. McCarthy gets a touch. Cleared from Barnes. Howe, deep ball in, Target gets a touch to it. As you say, just focused on keeping that clean sheet now, Southampton. Don't want any lapses of concentration late on. Throw to Reading. Final 120 odd seconds here at St Mary's Stadium. Anderson to take. It's a rare kind of long throw. I've not really had any of these so far. Target's not going to keep it in. It goes out for a corner kick instead. Went straight into the crowd, I think, didn't it? That kick.
I think he went out of the stadium.
No, he managed that one. Didn't think that was possible to kick it that high out of the stadium.
Neither did I, but...
Oh. You could hear the thud on the roof at the end, is it?
Yeah, fans are running out to try find it.
Corner swung in, Højbjerg. Late chance for a breakaway, late chance for 5 here for Southampton. They could get it here. Barnes. Oh, and it's good save in the end from Legg. And I really thought, well, he probably should have made that 5 there.
Yeah, I think that should have been 5, but...
It's a sign of tiredness there, perhaps. It's kind of come for nothing, hasn't it? Last 15 minutes, really. That chance for Barnes. Great breakaway play there from Saints.
Yeah, we've done really well to get, obviously, the counter-attack on. So shame it couldn't be capped with the final goal, but I think we can be really pleased with how we've played. Obviously, it's a great start to the season. Start like that.
Hale tries to head that away, but Reading pick it up now with Medford-Smith. Referee blows his whistle, full time on the first match of the season for Saints, and it started off very well here in this Under-23s fixture. 2 goals in each half has given Southampton a 4-0 win here at St Mary's Stadium. And Jake Hesketh's with me, and Jake, it couldn't have gone much better, could it really, as the first match goes?
No, we couldn't have asked for any more. 4 goals, clean sheet, and obviously 3 points to start the campaign. I think Raddy will be really pleased with that.
So, number of players stood out, didn't they? You got Marcus Barnes, Tariq Johnson, Afolabi, the 3 men kind of creating all the goals and scoring the goals. But what about the team in general? They all did their bit, didn't they, tonight?
Yeah, everyone played really well. I thought Armani and Pierre really ran the game in midfield. Obviously the front 3 you mentioned, and I think Matty done really well getting up and down that left side. So I think it's generally a positive performance from everyone.
Yeah, this seems like a while ago now, but this is the goal that got Southampton off and running. Up to that point, Saints were just starting to take a foothold of the match, and then not long after that, it was a decent curling ball in. Afolabi getting his first goal. 2-0 then at half-time to Southampton, and Saints were cruising. Wondered what the second half would bring. In the end, it brought 2 more goals, both for the home side. Bakari's ball. Barnes is going to claim it. 3-0 Southampton. And then, just to rub salt into the wounds of Reading, and just to make it a terrific night for Southampton, Afolabi was there to get his brace and extend Southampton's advantage to 4-0, and that's how it's finished. It could not have gone any better for Southampton tonight. They were solid, they played with flair, and they were clinical as well. Thanks for Jake Hesker for joining us in the commentary box for this match tonight. It finished here though, Southampton 4, Reading 0.